Happy Tuesday. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Fiber Floozie Crime. I am your host, Jill. I'm glad you're here. This microphone makes me want to talk real low into it like that. Hello, Alicia. Trucker Steve. Diamond Girl, how you doing? She is home from her surgery. Nisi is here from Freehandly. Freehandly Maid. Jeannie T is here. Good to see you guys. Oh, there's some more. Everything jumped. Frozen is here. Yay. Karen B, good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Is Denny here? I missed it. Oh, there's Denny. Yay, Denny is here. Who else popped in? It's professional, yeah. Taking it up a notch. Oh, how are you doing, Angelic? Good to see you. Hello, Sally. Mrs. Kelly made it. Hey, Mrs. Kelly. Joyce made it. Awesome. Here comes the gang. Good to see everybody tonight. I know a lot of people in the US, we were all celebrating 4th of July. I hope you guys all had a good 4th of July. I hope you all had a good Canada Day because that was just a couple days before. I see Steve is giving us some advice. Yeah. Alicia asked him if he had any words of wisdom, and he says a well-lit parking lot. Don't park near trees or shrubs or woods. So that's good advice. Let's see. Yes, it's been really hot today. It felt really, really hot today, and we have several days coming. It's when I hide. I'm hiding inside. I have to go out tomorrow morning, but it'll be early. There's Rosie. How are you today? You got good news. Well, that's good. We like good news. Oh, Allie. Okay. Call you Allie. We can do that. Try to park close to the business door as possible where the cameras usually are. Yes. Very good. Been a long week. So we're talking about parking lot safety today. And this is a pretty open subject. I would say that there are some that we're going to say are your like number one things that you should be doing in a parking lot. But I do have some more information that I hope is going to be helpful. So some of the things that are pretty universal that I'm seeing in a lot of places, and that is to have pepper spray, a whistle around your neck, have your phone in your pocket. Don't be on it. Have it in your pocket. Have your keys in your pocket. You can have them in your hand if you want to, but it's probably best to have them in your pocket where you won't drop them. And there's something that I learned about which is called a monkey ball. And I'll show you, I may be able to show you a picture of that, and a taser. So those are some other things that we can think about. Yes, parking under the lights. Hi, Bonnie. Yes, Rosie is in Las Vegas and it's just as hot there. So your husband has it. So you've heard of that too. A bracelet for your keys. Okay. What was Denny's good news? Grandson was born. He's home now. Oh, that's wonderful. That's good. That's wonderful. So, another thing about pepper spray, you guys, is that everything that I'm reading is that if you are worried where you need to have something out and you need to have it in your pocket, your pepper spray, whatever, right there, it's actually best to have it up and in your hand so that it's at your shoulder height, because if it's at your shoulder height, it's closer to the eyes of the person that might be coming at you. So have it up in your hand and at shoulder height as you're walking. And I thought that was a good advice. Yes, yes, ready to go. A flashlight at night, yes. Good to have a flashlight on your keys if you can. Okay, and also, I have a couple of graphics from websites that I have found that I can share with you guys. So let me share my screen. Here we go. Ah, so you know about that. You know, it's good to have it ready. Hey, Angie Bell, how you doing? My fairy treasures, you guys, that's Angie Bell. We're talking parking lot safety tonight. And a flashlight that has a taser. Awesome. So let me show you this real quick. This is from, I found a lot of things about parking lot safety from insurance companies. Now, a lot of the information that they wanted to share is about how not to get hit, for your car, or not to hit somebody else. So those kinds of things, which are good to know, but was not specifically what I was looking for. This particular one was pretty good. Stay off of technology. It's easy to get distracted by technology. So, see, again, this is number one on everybody's list. GPS or infotainment system when you're driving in a parking lot. It's a good idea to set your route to your next destination or get your favorite songs playing before you get on the road. You might be tempted to roll through the parking lot while scrolling on your phone, but this causes you to lose focus on the area around you. So you're already behind. If you're on your phone in the parking lot, not a good idea. Oh gosh, that's funny. I know your mother. Oh my gosh. So tasers are not legal in all states. Please check local jurisdictions. Thank you. Thank you. I did not know that. Pick a well lit area, and that is definitely number two, because if it is at night, especially, and this is when we're the most worried, even though things do happen during the day, you want to pick a well lit area. So when parking at night or in the evening, look for a parking area or space that is well lit. Lights help deter criminals from trying to break into your car while you're away. A well lit area also helps keep you safe if someone's trying to hide near your car. Lighting doesn't just keep you safe from thieves, it makes it easier to see objects or hazards around your car. So if something falls off another vehicle, lands behind your car, you're more likely to notice it. Locking your car is one of the easiest ways. Of course, lock it when you get out of it and go in somewhere. But you really, once you get in, lock it again. That should be in your head. Once you get in, lock it again. Look both ways. You know you have to look both ways before you cross the road as a pedestrian. You also need to do the same thing when you're a driver in a parking lot. Many parking lots have intersections with stop signs or crosswalks. This means you need to be on high alert for oncoming traffic or pedestrians. Stay in the lanes. Okay, so walk behind your car before leaving. It's a good idea to take a walk around your car before pulling out of a parking lot. The benefits of inspecting your car and parking area before you leave. You'll be able to see any debris or objects in the way of your tires. You can look for scratches, dents, or dings, and you can double check all doors and latches are closed before leaving. So, not only that, but you can look to see. One of the things that can happen is that someone could have broke in and you didn't see it. So look for broken glass, broken windows, anything, cars, your tires slash. Those are indications that somebody has been trying to do something. So pull through if possible. Now I've seen a lot of people do it, and I do it whenever I can. Whenever there's times when I just feel like I really need to, and I don't know what I can say. But backing out of a parking spot leaves you with blind spots. So if you pull through to the next spot, you can continue driving forward to get out. Keep valuables out of sight. So don't leave things laying around in your car. And one of the things that I do, because even here locally in my little town, right, I go out to the post office and I get packages from the post office, or I pick something up, when I get out at my box and stuff at the end of my drive, or and then I'm going to go make some other stops. I make sure that all addresses are down, so that nothing is up where they can see whose car this is. I do not want my personal information, letters, anything like at all that would show who I am to be showing in my vehicle. So everything is down where nobody can tell what that is. Slow down. So go slow, follow directions, know what to do in an accident. So those are more towards automobile stuff. Yes, and pull out without reversing. Hi, Chels. Hi, Maribel. Hello, everyone coming in. Hello to anyone who is lurking. I know I have some lurkers that are out there, and I appreciate you too. Okay, so let me see what else I've got. I've got a little video for you. Let me go there and find it. I've got several, but this will be I think I've got a short one. Let me see if I can find it. I really liked this one. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Yes, and watch everybody. That's the number one thing, is to be aware of your surroundings. That's number one. All right. I like this one. When you didn't get in. That's why you need to have really good situational awareness. Situational awareness 1, Kelly 0. So move forward a little. We're at the grocery store, and we're going to do 2 scenarios of situational awareness. One that I see all the time, where people aren't even paying attention to where they're going. And the second one is going to be demonstrating how to have good situational awareness. Watch what I'm doing here. I'm talking on the phone, not paying any attention. My purse is hanging off my left shoulder.
I don't even have my keys ready. They're somewhere in my purse, not really accessible. I'm digging, and I'm still talking on the phone. Finally find those keys. Now I'm going to get to my vehicle, unlock it. Still talking on the phone. I'm going to put my bags in. This whole time, I paid absolutely no attention to anything or anybody around me. I'm going to close the door. I'm going to walk away while it's still closing while I put my card away. Anybody at that time can come through and get anything out of my car. Now I'm moving to my vehicle. I open it. I'm still talking on the phone. I take my purse off. The door is still open. I'm talking away. Eventually, I'm probably going to close that door. There you go. Nope, I did not even lock the door. Now I'm going to make another call or make a text here. So many women I see do this in the parking lots. They get into their vehicles and they start texting away or using some type of social media to get caught up on what's going on, and we're not paying attention to anything around us. The doors aren't even locked. That's a significant issue. There goes someone on my door, scaring me. In a better scenario, you're going to have your keys already ready to go in your hand. Your purse is going to be cross-body if you're carrying one. You're going to be looking around in different cars. Is anybody just sitting there? Who's around? Who's looking? Once we get to our vehicle, we're going to want to take a look inside. Make sure nobody's in our vehicle waiting on us. Looks good to go. Unlock my vehicle while looking around. Grab it from this direction. Grab it. Quickly remove my bags. No one is there. Lock my door as I take my cart back. Notice that I'm not talking on the cell phone. There isn't any conversation that can't wait for your safety. When I approach my vehicle, now I'm going to unlock my doors. And immediately when I get in, I'm going to lock myself in. I'm not going to pay attention to my cell phone. I removed my purse from my shoulder after I was in my vehicle and after I locked the doors. It's very important to lock your doors as soon as you get into your vehicle so that somebody can't come right alongside and open the door and have access to you. So scenario number one, what we saw were a number of things where people weren't paying attention, and I see that all the time. Being distracted, talking on the phone, running after the kids, purse on the wrong side of the shoulder that's easily taken. Second scenario, crossbody, not being distracted, looking around at our environment here, locking the doors, not being distracted, especially by cell phones in today's day and age where everybody has technology.
Okay. What y'all think of that one? Anybody guilty? I saw somebody say they were guilty as charged. Hi, Susan.
I didn't even fall.
Okay. I thought that one was pretty good. Hello, Cindy, knitting artisan. Good to see you. Anyone else that came in? Susan. Tony says, I usually have my passenger seat reclined so I can see out the back better. It doesn't leave room for an adult-sized person. And you wear a fanny pack. So fanny pack, crossbody, those kinds of things. Yes. I recently started carrying a crossbody that I wear when I go inside, and I don't normally take my full backpack, but I don't carry a purse when I do take my backpack because I like having the backpack on to where if I walk away from my cart, I'm not leaving my purse in the cart where it can be taken. Awesome, Deneen. Awesome. Yeah, it's a habit thing. It really is. It's a habit thing. I do too, Joan. At the pump, my car is locked when I'm pumping gas. Absolutely. Okay, now let me see. This one was from a place called Off Duty Officers. Off Duty Officers Inc. 8 tips for being safe in a parking lot. And I will just scan this, you guys, but utilize your smartphone's built-in emergency system. I hadn't thought of this, but you know that, and I don't know, each device is a little bit different, but you can definitely press, it's usually like 2 buttons at once, I believe, and that will go into emergency, and then you can hit the emergency on it. Stay alert, like she was doing. Locate your keys ahead of time. Park smart. So besides being aware, parking smart. If there's any chance you can park near the door or elevators, be sure to take advantage of that opportunity. If front row parking isn't an option, look for a space that is well lit, such as underneath a lamp or street light. You may also take careful note of where you parked. I am notorious for not being able to find my car. I try to always park next to the parking cart return. That way I can know that I am somewhere close to it, being as close to it as I can. Yes, usually does have all your valuables. Hello, Tiffany. A large flashlight under the, yes, and that those big flashlights that are heavy can also be a weapon. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, emergency siren or alarm. Okay. All right. I'll come back to y'all in a minute. So scan the area. And this is something I had not thought of until a little while ago, like I was saying, in that was you need to watch to see if your tires are flat. You want to watch surrounding vehicles, survey vehicles close to you if anyone's inside or loitering around it. Look underneath your car. Now, not all cars are situated where you can see underneath them. You might take just a little gander to see if you can see under it. Check the back seat and inside the car. You can also ask someone if there's any way that someone, a security guard from inside the building, can walk you out to your car. Don't be afraid to ask them. Don't sit in your car. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of this happening. I am not going to be victim shaming, but if you will remember, there was a case about someone who was on her phone and she was sitting in the parking lot and she's not here anymore. Intuition is everything. Listen to your gut. If you are alone and someone is telling you to turn back, follow your something is telling you to turn back, follow your instincts and go back inside. We are naturally gifted with the instinct to sense danger. If you don't feel right about a situation, do not brush that feeling off. More often than not, your fight or flight instinct is going to be correct. Saying I'm going to put polka dots on my car so I can find it. Uh-huh. I'd have to look at that and see what that looked like. You really don't need it all. You need to cart it around in the car with you, but you really don't need it to go inside. You need to get it down to what you need. And yes, I am talking about Naomi Irion. So I want to share with you this is the case that I'm talking about, and I will give you some examples of what we mean. For anyone that does not know about this case. So this is when she went missing. This was just March of this year. It was in Fernley, Nevada. Nearly a week after authorities believe a Nevada teenager was possibly kidnapped from a parking lot in her own car, the search for the missing person and a vehicle of interest continue. Naomi Irion, 18, was last seen inside her car March 12th at 5 a.m. in the parking lot of a Walmart in Fernley, Nevada, outside of Reno. Surveillance video captured a man getting into the driver's seat of her car and leaving in an unknown direction. This is her as she's coming out of the convenience store where she went in and got some things. And she's got her phone in her hand. I said, I am not victim shaming. We just need to learn from this. Here, this guy, it was in this pickup. And this is him walking along, got a hoodie on. If I saw this guy and I was sitting in my car, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. So this is one time when the situation turned really, really bad. There was a picture of him. He has been caught. He is awaiting trial. And I believe that it was the last I looked, his trial had been everything had been put off. And that was back in May. So I haven't seen anything new on it. But she was sitting and looking at her phone, and he took her. It was very sad. Okay. It's a work day. I have my wallet, my back pocket, keys in my front pocket. Yes, the one of him stalking her, it was. And the car alarm is something that you can use, and I did not think about. But if you have a key fob where it's an automatic lock on your vehicle, if you think that something's not right and maybe you don't feel like you can get away quick enough, you can hit the alarm button because it makes a lot more noise than just the click, 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 beep, beep. It makes it's an alarm, and that in itself can scare someone away too. Hi, Jeffrey. Good to see you. Hello, Tammy. Dash cams that look in both directions. Okay. Hello, Debbie. Am I buffering? I know it was looking a lot like my internet was acting up earlier, so I hope I'm not buffering. Yeah, the panic button. Yes. Yes, thank you. Now, some cars do have where you can see behind you, but not all of them do, and older vehicles obviously do not. Sometimes they do get ignored, but you're better off using it than not using it in combined with all the other things. Right. Don't know what that means. Clone the signal. Use your car alarm if you're endangering your home. Yes, I've heard of people doing that too. So you're inside the house and you can turn on the car alarm on your car. I've heard of people doing that. That was get some attention. That may be a thing. I don't know. It may be a part of some security systems on some vehicles where you can see it from before you ever get to the car. Absolutely. I don't know. Okay. Now I've got one. Let me see. Y'all talk for a minute. Let me get another video. Where's my other video? This guy is a little bit quirky, a little dry here and there, and he's just kind of a quirky guy, but I really liked what he had to say. So let me share this with you. This is his name is Alex Green, and evidently he does some safety stuff. Here we go.
My name is Alex Green, and I want to do my part to help keep you safe. I'm a big proponent of using the word or the phrase self-awareness as opposed to self-defense. If you're aware of certain things, you can keep certain things from happening to you. So that's what I'm going to go over real quick is parking lot safety, keeping yourself, your family, whoever you're with, safe from your trip from the parking lot, whether you're at a sporting event, a retail establishment like I'm here in this little strip mall, wherever you're at, keeping yourself safe from your vehicle to your destination, and from your destination back to your vehicle. This should go without saying, but when you're picking a parking spot, your phone should be the last thing on your mind. You should have your phone away from your hands and your eyes. You should be focused on the parking spot. So that in itself, you should be looking for a spot, whether it's it's going to be late when you get back, you need to park somewhere near a well-lit area. Now, whether that's around a business, whether that's under a light pole, whatever the case is, do your best to park in a well-lit area. Especially, like I said, when you're coming out at night, you don't want to come back to a vehicle and it's pitch black. And this should go without saying, too, for any self-awareness situation. The last thing you should be paying attention to is your phone. You should be paying attention to the type of cars around you. You should be paying attention to your destination in front of you. Whatever is on your phone can wait. If you're going to be doing shopping or if you have luggage or some type of gear bag, whether it's like a sporting event or you're working out, whatever the case is, park with your hatch or your trunk, whatever closest to the open side of the parking lot.
Now, this I thought was very good advice. And I did this when I went to, when I was on the road and I had Cerberus, but I had to take him inside so I can get my things out of, I couldn't wrangle him on the leash and everything while I was getting things out of the vehicle, and I didn't want to leave him in the vehicle. So I put the back of my car into the parking spot and I parked it right at the corner of the building where I could see the entrance and that I could see my car from the entrance. And that I took the things out of my car, locked the car, and then took them in. And I was really glad that he brought this up.
Way you can see coming up to your vehicle, you are throwing your gear in, your bags, your luggage into the back of your hatch. You can see around you instead of just walking blindly behind your vehicle. And you also have a clear shot of both sides of your doors. When you're approaching your vehicle, don't use your key fob 100 feet out and unlock your vehicle. Wait till your vehicle is inside and open your vehicle then. I know it's a lot easier. Just get the key fob, then you have automatic start, and your door should be locked on that when you're with your automatic start. But keep your doors locked until you're within 5 to 10 feet of your vehicle. That way you can see your vehicle. And if somebody is trying to break in, you don't want to give them easy access to just, oh, here's my vehicle, bad guy. Go ahead and take what I got whenever they can be long gone with it. Your keys also need to be in your pocket until you get to your vehicle, whether you're watching your kids, whether you're with your significant other, whatever the case is. Keys need to be in your pocket. You don't want them out. The good old using the key as a self-defense is the absolute worst thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not going to demonstrate that here because that is a topic for another video, a complete subject.
Evidently, he doesn't like that idea. So I guess there are differing opinions on that.
But just don't use your key as a means of self-defense. They get in the way and it's ineffective. If you feel you're being followed, draw attention to yourself. Bad guys, bad people with bad intentions do not like attention being drawn to them. Whether that's setting off your car's panic button, making noise, brandishing a self-defense weapon, whether you carry it like a knife, some OC spray, a firearm, whatever the case is, or even let the person know that you're onto them. Hey, you in the brown shirt, I see you. I see you sneaking up behind me. Hey, you two guys over here with bad intentions, I'm on to you. I've already called, the sheriff's office. I've already called the police department, whatever. Let people know that you're onto them if you think something just isn't right. When you get out of your vehicle, make sure that you use your key fob or whatever type of means you have to lock it and check it. And if you feel you haven't done it again, do it again. Just make sure that you have locked your vehicle. Keys need to be on your person or inside your handbag or purse or gear bag, whatever you have. Not just flaunting around or whatever. You need to make sure they're in your pocket somewhere secure and your vehicle's locked. You never want to leave your keys in your vehicle unlocked. You're asking for trouble. No matter if it's a neighborhood you've known, a business you've known, even your place of employment, even your school, whatever the case is. Keys need to be on your person. Your vehicle needs to be locked. Like one of my favorite lines in the movie Full Metal Jacket, when Private Powell has his foot locker unlocked, Hartman gets his lock. If it wasn't for people like you, there'd be no such thing as thievery, would there, Private Powell? Sir, no, sir. Lock your vehicle.
Sir, no, sir.
Take your keys with you. When you get out of your vehicle, walk with your head up and checking the whole situation out. Don't walk with your head down. Like I said earlier, get off the phone. Pay attention to where you're going. If you hear noises, if you see somebody acting shady, look at it. Check it out. You're allowed to check your surroundings out. Coming back to your vehicle, the few things to keep in mind. When you get up to your vehicle, look before you get in it. If you unlock it, most of the time your lights will come on if you use a key fob. Look around your vehicle. Make sure you don't have a busted window. There's not somebody in your vehicle. There's not people around it waiting to ambush you. There's not like a panel van that most type of kidnappers or abductors try to use with the opening, the passenger side opening facing your driver's side. That has bad news wrote on all over it. If you see that, abort mission, abort going home, abort going to your vehicle. Contact if you have parking lot security, call 911, something just does not feel right about this situation. There's nothing wrong with being safe and sorry. I'd rather somebody make a phone call, hey, this doesn't feel right, get somebody to walk with you to your vehicle, as opposed to seeing your missing poster on the side of a milk cart. When you're picking your parking spot, whether it's for an area you don't know, like I said, for a sporting event, travel, whatever the case is, look and see what kind of vehicles you're parking around. Are you in a Mercedes-Benz, BMW, higher-end type of vehicle, or are the cars looking very suspect, like they could be in a police impound lot? Or
I thought that was good advice too. You know, if you pay attention to where you are and what the other cars look like around you, can give you a good idea of if you could be in danger or not. And of course, you should always be acting like you might be, no matter what the cars are. But it also can make you be on a little higher alert.
somebody maybe just got them out of the impound lot that day. You need to pay attention to what kind of area you're parking in, because if people with more expensive cars, your luxurious cars, are parking in a certain area, there's a good chance it is a good area, but you still need to be vigilant. But if it's a shady looking area, you might have some trouble to deal with. When you pull up to a parking spot and something doesn't look right, back on out. If for whatever reason that you're blocked in, you pull in and somebody comes up instantaneously and tries to block you, or backs you in or whatever, you can't get out, do what you got to do to get yourself out. Whether you have a weapon, pull that weapon. Whether you can drive forward, you have to do damage to your vehicle. You don't want to be boxed in, because that's nowadays with the sex trafficking and the abduction cases at an all-time insane level. We need to make sure that we are on the winning side. So you got to do what you got to do. Your vehicle can be replaced. You can't, and your loved ones can't. We don't want that to happen. So if you feel like you've been boxed in, you do what you got to do to get yourself out of there. If you're sitting in your vehicle, you need to make sure your doors are locked. There's no reason that your doors...
Okay. I think that's about it for this one, actually. And yes, never park next to a van where you can't see. And if one parks next to you, you're going to have to walk all the way around everything. If you can, I say getting in, you were saying put your purse in first. I say get in with your purse and lock the door. Your purse needs to be on you. Get in with the purse and lock the door. That's your best bet. See if I missed anything else. Always being aware and being able to see everything is another. It is. That's a big one.
Should be open unless you're picking somebody.
Okay. That's what I would say. If at all possible, don't go anywhere near it. You need to get somebody to come over with you. Go get security. Or just wait. Nothing is as important as your life. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I've got another one here. Now this one I'll try to link this one because I think this one's really good. Um it's parking lot safety for women. And see, I would not take it off. I wouldn't do it. I would leave it. It needs to be on you. And I've heard of doing that, but you're going to walk away from that cart and you don't want to be fighting about it. You really don't want to be fighting over it. It needs to be on you. Okay. All right, so parking lot safety for women. This is what you need to know about parking garage and parking lot safety. Lessons from crime victims teach you how to stay safe. Now, these are little stories, you guys, okay? A man in a parking lot pointed a gun at a woman leaving an Arizona restaurant and ordered her into his vehicle. Instead, she ran screaming back into the restaurant and called the police. A petite California woman was getting into her car in a parking garage when a man came up to her, put a knife to her throat, and told her to get in the car. She knew that whatever harm he'd do to her in a parking lot would be worse if she went with him. She pushed the knife away, but he put it back. The woman shoved her purse at him and ran for help. The man jumped into her car and sped out of the garage. But she survived. We need to look for hiding spots. Parked cars provide hiding spots for a crouching, stealthy predator to close in on you unless you're especially aware of your surroundings at all times. That means you should not be talking on a cell phone or listening to music with your earpods. Predators target prey who are distracted and unaware. And when you're face to face, guys, that is the key. Once you are within face to face range, you're already a little late. Okay? You need to not be that there. You need to not be facing someone. So unless you're able to use your pepper spray or your personal alarm noisemaker, beware of cars cruising the lanes. Predators can suddenly stop and jump out to kidnap you. Stay alert and prepared. Always keep warily scanning 300 head on a swivel, 360 degrees around you. Pepper spray, security alarm, noisemaker, or screamer. If you're near your car, you can push your car's emergency button. Either a personal alarm or your car's horn can spoil a predator's secrecy. And you hold that pepper spray at shoulder height. Now, there's a whole section on kidnapping, and we may cover that in a different one. Okay. Yes, check underneath. So do not feel guilty for assuming someone might be dangerous and treating him coldly. Get over it. An innocent and decent man will easily understand a woman's safety concerns. Easily. He is not going to if he is a decent person, he should not be upset about that. If you become the victim of a crime, you'll wish you'd been impolite. It's really easy to get distracted. Drew Sojin disappeared from a parking lot while talking on her cell phone to her boyfriend as she was leaving work at a mall in Grand Forks, North Dakota. He remembered her saying something like, "Okay, okay," before she hung up. He tried calling back repeatedly. He got a call from her cell phone hours later, but heard only static and a beeping noise. Paroled kidnapper and rapist Alfonso Rodriguez Jr. had abducted Sojin at knife point, bound her, drove her into the night, raped her, and murdered her. Her mother's court statement can be found at Compassionate Friends. So she was on her phone again. Parking garages are even worse. In a parking garage in Tampa, Florida, a man pushed a woman into her car, then punched and raped her. A security guard one level below heard nothing. The garage owners say they couldn't afford security cameras or to pay someone to sit and watch the monitors. If parking garages do have surveillance equipment, it's often obsolete. Unless you're in a crowd, parking garage stairs and elevators provide traps that benefit predators by isolating you, muffling your screams and your alarm, and depriving you of escape routes. Instead, walk in the middle of the aisles. Now, I have a video for this. Let me show you that one. This was going to be a little bit hard to hear, you guys. So, hold on.
All right, guys. So in this scenario, we're going to be looking at walking through a parking lot. Now, this is a very common environment where it makes a lot of people nervous, especially women. I get this often. It's like, Nick, when I walk to my car, I'm scared at night. What do I do? And if you're living in a big building, this is what it looks like, right? Like you're on the last floor, there's cars parked. So let's look at a few things that you can do. The first thing is if you're going to your car, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your keys in your hands. Avoid having them in your purse. That means the instant I get here, I have my keys in my hands. The second thing I want to do is, again, take a few seconds and scan my environment. Right now, if you turn around, just turn around and show the camera, this is what it looks like. Right? So this is my view right now. I can see from here actually. Now my car is on the side, right? So if I was walking here right now, the way I'm walking is with my head up. I just heard somebody talking to the door slam. So right away I picked that up, right? So as I'm walking over here, you see these angles? These are angles that are easily because you can't see, right? So as I go on here, my car's over there, I look around, I'm hearing people. My car, I'm looking around at the same time. I get into the car. As soon as I get into the car, I go inside right away, boom, on. From the moment you get out of, from the moment you walk into the garage, the moment you get in your car, right now, I'm in code red. That means as I'm filming, I'm listening to the fan. I can hear the people talking and doing something. There's another guy standing. Something just clicked over there. I think a door just opened. That is part of the awareness, is that I'm training my radar to be visual as well as to be able to listen to everything that's around. Because the idea is that you want to work your awareness so you're able to be proactive. That if somebody were to get close to you, try to close the distance, I'm already ready to either strike him or to run, depending on the situation. As well, follow me, Costa, a little bit. As well, when I'm walking here, right, I'm keeping my vision everywhere around. I'm also careful that all these angles, so when you're walking by an angle, don't walk here, walk in the center, because by walking in the center, it's harder for any.
So I wanted to be sure and point this out, what he is saying and what everyone is saying about these parking garages. Don't walk close to stuff. You need to be out in the open and walking right down the center of the parking garage where you can see better.
Buddy, to try to ambush you off the side. I used to do this when I used to work at nightclubs. When I used to finish late at 3, 4 in the morning, and I used to walk through the street. There was a few lanes. I used to make sure not to walk close to the lane, that if somebody wanted to pull out a gun or try to grab me off the side, it would be a lot harder, because if I'm here and he has a gun or he decides to attack, it's easier. However, if I'm in the middle here and I'm walking this way, if somebody's here, I'll be able to do this, right? So again, you want to work your awareness that as I'm walking, I'm keeping my vision almost, obviously 180 over here, but also 360. I'm opening my radar. If I hear somebody walk behind me, if I hear a door slam, if I hear somebody walk, the garage, right now, from the moment you open this door to the moment you get into your car, you should be in code red, right? Again, especially for the ladies, right? So avoid getting to the car, looking for your keys, opening your purse, getting on your phone. This is probably one moment that can be dangerous. Again, it's all about vulnerability. It's all about your awareness. Follow me, Costa. Let's keep going on this, because I think this is very important, right? Come over here. So same thing, right? So if I'm walking here, I'm able to see everything that's around. That means if somebody were right there, right? If somebody were right there, the difference between me doing this, getting attacked, versus me being here, that if I saw the person, I'd be able to run, or it becomes harder for him to attack me. Again, is a lot of that when we talk about.
So I know he was hard to hear, but I wanted you to see what he was talking about with that parking garage and with those angles, and being in the middle where you could see is much, much better.
You ask me, Nick, how do I defend myself against?
I think I had one more. Let's see what else is on this list. How are we doing over here, you guys? Is any of this sinking in? Is it sinking in? Absolutely. How about y'all give me a hand in the chat, or a 1 or something, and let me know that that some of this is sinking in, that you're getting some of this. Oh gosh, Steve, you're in one now? Of course, you do have some rear view mirrors, I hope, that you can keep an eye out. Oh, that's good. It won't all sink in, you guys, and it takes practice. Practice, practice, practice. Yes. Being aware is your number one best bet. All right, let me share. Whoops. Beep. So let's look at this, where they're talking about predators' favorite targets. I don't know how well you guys can see this, and I cannot make it bigger. Someone looking friendly, timid, lost, absent-minded, or intoxicated are much easier to manipulate. Awesome, Sue. Thank you. Someone wearing earphones or distracted with a cell phone, unaware of her surroundings. Someone unaware she's being followed until she's isolated and face to face. Someone parking close to trucks that prevent witnesses from seeing you. Predators seek that kind of cover. Someone handcuffed. Now, this is a good way to look at this, you guys. They're saying if you are carrying a lot of stuff in your hands, your arms, you're loaded up, you are handcuffed. It's a good thing to remember. Or a child, having a child also handcuffs you. So, for better parking garage and parking lot safety, insist that a store's security guard escort you. So, if you are, or a lady with a cane, um, yes, those kinds of things. Ask for someone to escort you out. An Oakland County, what is that, Michigan or Minnesota? Rebecca had parked her car when Orlando Gonzalez called out to her that something was wrong with her car and told her to come look. No, no, go back inside. She stepped toward him and he forced her to get back in her car. She now knew that her life was in danger. He kept grabbing at her and asking her if she wanted to get stabbed. She started kicking him. She kept fighting him until he gave up and fled. Well, she was lucky. She fell for his lure of stepping toward him rather than running away. But then, instead of surrendering and putting herself fully at the mercy of this possible serial killer, she violently fought off her attacker. Now, the best thing is not to be there. Don't be there. So, pepper spray, personal alarm, being ready. If you look like you're alert and you're looking around, they'll go on to the next one. They don't want somebody who's paying attention, you guys. They really don't. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeffrey. Um, this is another one that we talk about. We've talked about. We watched this on something else. I'm pretty sure we did, you guys. But so, the Good Samaritan, the one who comes and wants to help you load your car. Mm-mm. No, I got this. That's what you need to say. It doesn't matter. No, because when he comes over to help you load your car, he's got his in. He's in right that minute. That's too close. He's already too close. You don't need his help. No matter what it is, you don't need his help. So they're talking about safely loading your car. In Idaho, a kidnapping and rape began as a woman was loading groceries into her car in the parking lot when a van drove up and 3 men forced her inside. In New Mexico, a routine trip to the store turned disastrous for a woman when a man hiding in her unlocked van kidnapped her when she returned and climbed inside. She was in a low-crime area. In Louisiana, a serial rapist carjacker targeted mothers distracted while placing children in car safety seats. The abductions occurred outside church daycare centers, a church school, and the pediatrician's office. If you have a baby with you, while loading groceries, position yourself so the open car door and the cart surround or protect you. Keep the baby in the cart until you finish loading the groceries. If you're loading it into the trunk, have a convex mirror available at all auto parts stores affixed inside your trunk lid so you can watch behind you. Oh my God, that's a great idea. I had never thought of that, you guys. A mirror inside the back so that when the lid is up, you can see behind you. That's genius. To load your baby into your car, after loading the groceries, the baby goes in last. Get into the rear seat with your baby, lock the doors, and buckle your baby. So you get in with the baby, get the baby settled, you're already in the car. Now look around, have your pepper spray in your hand, exit the car, re-enter into the driver's seat, again lock the doors, and immediately drive away. And always use this routine until it becomes a habit. Chelsea, watch this back, please. Isn't it? I'm like, what? I think there was a moth. I got moths coming out. When my son was little, I did that, and I'd get in the back seat with him and lock the door so you could buckle him in. Yes. What did Steve say? You can do that. I have heard of people of doing that too. Act like you're having an argument, and that way people will stay away. And say it with authority. Yes. No, I've got this. I don't need your help. Yes, with authority. Okay. Always keep your car locked. Ishmael Martinez was prowling through a Baytown, Texas parking lot when he found an unlocked van, climbed inside, hid in the back, and wait. We know what happened there, don't we? As she began driving, Martinez popped up out of the back seat with a knife and threatened to hurt her kids if she didn't obey. She refused. He slashed her. She grabbed the knife. He bit her. She punched him in the face, smashed the van into a telephone pole to send him into the windshield. He fled, and she ran him over. Always keep warily scanning 360 degrees around you. No earpods, cell phones, or other distractions. This is just a recap. Okay. That's some heavy stuff. It's okay. We got some really good advice in there. And I will attach that to the bottom of this so you guys can go back and look at it. Then I have one more. I really liked this guy.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan.
And this guy is talking about like he's a karate guy, okay? So this is the last one before we go. We got a good subject tonight, didn't we? We're already over an hour. I just want to play this really quick.
From the Self-Defense Training Center, and today we're going to be demonstrating how we can use objects in our environment to defend ourselves without throwing a punch, a kick, or a block. Today I have Tyler here who's going to be helping me out. How you doing today, Tyler? All right, excellent. So what we're going to be doing is using these as props to demonstrate how we can use objects in our environment to defend ourselves. These could be trees, cars, tables, chairs, couches, anything indoors, anything outdoors that is in our environment that we can use to defend ourselves. Today we're going to be talking about defending ourselves in a parking lot if we're faced with a self-defense situation. Now, one of the things that we can do is by placing a car or a carriage return or any other object that you would find in a parking lot in between yourself and somebody who's trying to get you could be incredibly useful. You wouldn't have to throw a punch or a kick. You may only need about 20 or 30 seconds before someone can come out and help you, or they completely lose interest. Most parking lots have security cameras. The bad guys are aware of that. If they cannot make a quick hit and do their crime as fast as they can, they're probably going to be turned off by it and move on to the next victim. So here's what we're going to do. Tyler is going to be the bad guy today, and I'm going to be the person minding their own business. So let's say I'm walking to my car, and I see somebody.
Well, I didn't even share it, did I? I'm just talking away, listening to him. I'm just talking away, listening to him. I'll go back just a little bit. Okay, here you go.
Have security cameras. The bad guys are aware of that. If they cannot make a quick hit and do their crime as fast as they can, they're probably going to be turned off by it and move on to the next victim. So here's what we're going to do. Tyler is going to be the bad guy today, and I'm going to be the person minding their own business. So let's say I'm walking to my car, and I see somebody in the parking lot, maybe acting a little suspicious. And again, situational awareness, being aware of your surroundings, not walking out into a parking lot that you're unfamiliar with, texting out your phone, taking out your wallet. Those sorts of things are what the bad guys look for. People who are not paying attention, people who are not aware of situations that may be unfolding around them. What we're going to do is, let's say we're walking out into a parking lot, and I see somebody who's I see as maybe a little out of place. Maybe I saw them looking into the window of a car. Maybe I see them following other folks around. Either way, I want to keep an object. In this case, these objects resemble cars, 1, 2, 3, in between himself and I. So let's say I'm walking in my car, I see this person, and they're near my car. Well, maybe I don't walk to my car. Maybe that yellow bag is my car right now. Well, what I want to do is take a different route. And if I notice that they follow me, and I may be walking between two cars, now he's following me, and if he comes around the back into this car, I know that this guy's following me, okay? So what we want to do is we want to quickly either A, walk to our car, because now he's 2 or 3 car lengths away, we can get into our car quickly, or if it becomes a chasing situation where they're aggressively pursuing us, what we can do is obviously we just use a little bit of our speed and a little bit of our quickness and either continue to place car lanes in between themselves and myself and maybe work our way back towards the store. Because again, you don't want to be in the middle of a parking lot where, hey, there's no cars, there's nothing for me to place in between myself and that person. Again, like I said, it could be even a shopping cart return. Whatever your environment gives you, a tree, a rock, a bush, whatever. But the point of this exercise is to have situational awareness, using your environment to defend yourself, and not having to throw a punch, a kick, or a block to do so. We're going to give an example right now. Tyler, can you follow me, everybody? All right, so let's say Tyler's standing by my car, and I need to either get into my car, or that is the entrance to the place that I need to get back into to get some help. So I know he's now coming after me for whatever reason. It could be your pocketbook, it could be your cell phone, it could be any reason this person wants to take something from you. So if Tyler comes after me this way, let's say this is a vehicle. If he goes that way, I'm going to walk this way. If he stops and he tries to get me back this way, I'm just going to cut back behind that same vehicle until I get an opportunity to run down and place several car lanes in between himself and me. If this is my car, I'm getting in my car, locking my doors, and driving off. If this is the building that I need to get back into, and you can do this with multiple car lanes. This could be an entire strip of cars. And as long as you can keep multiple cars, or even one car, or one object in between you, yourself and the bad guy, you got a huge advantage. And like I said, it may only take 10, 15, 20 seconds before either A, they lose interest, or B, someone can come out and help you. That's the key. Situational awareness. If you'd like more information about the self-defense training,
What I thought was important in that video, you guys, was where he was talking about if you move in one way and that person is moving in a way that looks like they're going to be moving towards you, you know it's time to go do something else. That's what I wanted you to take away from that one. So, yeah. Okay. Good stuff tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. Does anybody have anything else to add? Because that is, I've come to the end of my videos and my stuff for tonight. That was a lot. We covered a lot, you guys. Yes, that they do. So they do. I'm sure we all have some stories, and it's just that I want you guys to always, we keep saying the most important weapon is here, and that is you don't want to be close and in contact, because you've already screwed up if you're that close. Your best bet on that, use all those things that you have with you. If you can get some sort of training, hand-to-hand training, anything like that you can do, absolutely. But your best bet is not to be in that situation. So don't be afraid to go back inside and tell someone you're uncomfortable, you need somebody to take you to your car. And pay attention and be sure that your doors are always locked too. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad this has been helpful. Good. Learning some new things, and it's just practice, guys. Practice, practice, practice. It really is. Practicing being aware. Okay. I thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have some fun today. I will show you something real quick before I go. Get a little fiber in your diet. I finished it. And I'll be showing you, I have been filming how to do this edging. Here's the edging we're going to have on. This is the seam double shawl. And I finished it. I would put it on, but it's way too hot. So that's coming up. Chelsea and I will be getting on together when she gets farther along on hers. I'm finishing the one on my, this is the mock-up one, and I'm finishing the edging on the other one. And so be looking for that. Don't forget, I don't know if everyone who was a winner, if they have contacted me. I think everyone's contacted me. Don't forget to contact Cheryl if you won something. And you guys, have a great night. Bye, everybody. And y'all take care and be safe, okay?